All right, guys. Welcome to another week. And another set of streams. I'm super excited because it is tournament week. And with that, I get to dial it in a little bit, act like a tournament golfer again, which I'm really excited about. Why is my internet going to shit? Hello? She's struggling. But yeah, I'm excited, guys. I'm really excited. Why are my frames going ballistic? They shouldn't be. There's nobody else home but me. So, first things first here, guys. I'm not really super prepped. That's what happens when I go out and play golf, actual golf, and don't hang out on the sim all day. I've got a bunch of stuff that I gotta prep my golf balls here. Hopefully it gives me a little bit of time to chat about the tournament this week. So we've got a spring 4-ball coming up. Playing with a buddy here. His daughter went to the same school that mine did when they were really, really little. They've since gone to different schools. We moved away and came back and then reconnected through golf, which is great. And I messaged him a little earlier this year and asked him if he wanted to play some golf. So we're going to play some golf, which I'm really excited about. I don't know if my cord's got a kink in it or some shit. My internet's going ballistic here. See if that's better. Maybe it was the cord. Wonder if the cord had a little pinch in it. I apologize, guys. Seems like the frames are better. Sorry, I think my door was grabbing onto my my cord there and cutting off some of the traffic. It looks like we've stabilized a little bit. But yeah, so we've got a 4-ball event coming up this Sunday. We got a good tee time, which I'm happy about. And yeah, it's an interesting golf course. I wouldn't say it's a golf course that sets up for us in terms of our play style, but there are a lot of birdies that can be made there. It's a relatively short golf course. I think it's like 6,200 or something like that, which, again, I'd like to go out and play 7,200 every time, because that's where I think my advantage is. But with that being said, that doesn't mean we can't go out and score and make some birdies. So we played a practice round on Friday of last week, and it had about the best start you could possibly imagine. We started off with 4 straight birdies with a chip in, which we don't ever do, by the way. So pretty pumped to see that. We ended up making 7 total birdies. And unfortunately, with those 7 birdies, we only shot 1 under. So we made a lot of whoopsies along the way too. But for a 4-ball format, as long as we're in play, I think we've got some pretty good chances to make some birdies, which will be fun. So this week, I'm going to take it a little bit easier. No more, I'm not going to do 54 holes in a night. Boy, man, my stream is struggling. I apologize if it's buffering for you all. I don't know why she's struggling so hard, but I'm really looking forward to it. I got a zillion things open here on my phone. That shouldn't do it, but all right, mark this last golf ball up, then we're going to hit some. But yeah, so I mean, I think we can make a lot of birdies. I'm sure there will be nerves for the first time playing for anything meaningful in, over a decade. But it'll be fun to feel that again. You get the butterflies, you get the shaky hands, get the adrenaline going a little bit. That first ball off the tee flies a little bit further than you're used to, and you got to reel it in a little bit. So we should be ready. I mean, we've played more golf over any winter, except for the ones that I was on mini tours. So we've got a lot of reps in. So that I'm excited about. One thing that is cool about it, there are loads and loads and loads of places that we get to hit the new fairway wood, which is really exciting. There will be lots and lots of 4 woods hit. Man, I don't know what the hell is going on with my stream, guys, and I really apologize. The fact that it's this poor and this many drop frames is not a good sign. But I'm excited. So I apologize if there's any delay in me responding to you guys. Unfortunately, we've got some bitrate issues for right now. It will stabilize. It always ends up stabilizing, so I'm not too worried about that. We're going to play 36 holes this evening. And with that, let's go out and, well, there's updates. I wonder if I'm getting an update. Oh boy. I wonder if it's downloading an update here on SkyTrak, and that could be part of my issue. Very well could. So let's just go out to the Beth page and hit some warm-up shots. We'll hit some warm-up shots here at Beth page. We're not going to play Beth page, but it's not a bad spot just to get loose. All right. And one thing that I am going to work on tonight, and I think some folks that stop in my stream will be very happy to see this. We're going to do some pitch and putt stuff too to get, to sort of get our wedges dialed in. Because there will be lots of flip wedges at this golf course, and I mean lots. And this is a shot here that we really need to work on. Because we typically come up way short. Now, if we're hitting it to 12 feet, I'm not going to complain one bit. Okay? That's a perfectly good number. So, for us, the key is to really work on our strikes, consistent ball flight, something that we know that we can rely on when we're out on the course, and then go from there. I would really love to get one of these to the golf hole. We typically never do. But we pulled out some fresh golf balls for tonight, which is good. That one should get there. Probably deep. Hey, we did it. All right. Like I said, we're just going to do a little warm up here. Just step through our golf bag. And then we're going to go play 36. Tonight, we're really focusing on our ball strikes and our flight. Right? So nothing too crazy. We want it to be consistent. Spin rates not to be too high. Ball flight to be that little right to left, about 4 to 5 yard draw. Right? So that's sort of our game plan for tonight. We're also working on our course management. Right? So one thing that is super important, at least when you're playing in a tournament in my mind, is knowing where you're supposed to miss. Because you're going to miss, right? When you go on a golf course, you're going to miss lots. And the key is just miss it in the right spot, right? If you miss it in the right spots, then your odds of making a big number go down significantly. So tonight, I'm going to put everything on a very difficult pin. So we're going to have to hit away from the pin and towards the fat part of the green, right? So we have to think about our shots a little bit more than usual. And just go from there. Okay. One thing I will say, and to anybody who is on the fence about getting a launch monitor or has thoughts about it, whether or not they're accurate or not, this shot here, in my mind, just for me personally, this shot has made getting a launch monitor worth it. As I just yank one into a bunker. I have never in my life been able to hit this golf shot. And I feel so much more confident with 130 yards than I ever have in my entire life. Like, I feel so much better when I've got this number, whether that's in real life or on the sim. In real life, I had this shot a bunch when I was out in California and a couple times since I've been back in New Hampshire. And it has been really, really nice to be able to see the golf ball fly the way I want it to. Because I feel like it has been so much more consistent. Even my misses don't feel bad, right? Like if we're 18, ooh, that's no good. Hey, Alex, I knew I recognized that name. I didn't play last week, man. My wife was heading out of town. I was a little bit gassed. And I didn't have it in me to play. Yeah, man, it's good. I want to get more folks in that top flight. It's good to have good competition. It'll be nice to have Dave Laird back. He's a great guy to play against as well. He's a great guy to play against as well. Very good golfer. And knows what he's talking about when it comes to golf. So, we've got a good little group. Good little group. It's fun to have a little bit of competition. But the ball striking, this past week when I went out and did the practice round was was really good. I screwed up like 2 or 3 shots. I feel like my back just sort of went on me during the middle of the round. But got tight and got lazy, which I'm glad that next week's tournament, we're supposed to have really good weather. Which will be very nice to have some warm weather playing golf. Don't have to worry about the back seizing up in the middle of it. It'll be good. It will be good. But yeah, Alex, likewise, man. It's good to compete against good golfers. Gives you something to push yourself against every week, which is why I like this little tour. Yeah, we can clear all that, no problem. No problemo. I think we can, right? I don't think we're gonna hit that tree. Just got a little 5-iron in hand. It was a lot closer than I wanted it to be. It is a problem though, and one thing I have noticed is a reoccurring theme with my game is I hit my 5-iron closer than I hit like my 9. You know what's really interesting is, Alex, when I first got the sim, I was the same way. I put a lot of work in my golf swing to not have it launch that high. Like I did a lot of work to make sure my left front wrist was really bowed when I was coming through impact. And I probably brought it down like 6 to 7 degrees per shot, right? So that one launched at what, 12? Now, if I want to go old me, I'll launch this one way up in the air, right? So we're at 12 degrees on that one, and I'll go sort of my old school swing here and hoist it up in the air. Right, so we can still bring it up a little bit. Now, I'm not going to hit it as high as I used to, but we went from 12 to 16 degrees there, right? And then if we want to, I might hit the tree on this one, but we can hit a knockdown, probably bring it closer to 10, right? So we'll flight one down here and hit a much lower ball flight. Right? So it's probably gonna hit that tree. Nope, missed the tree, but catch the drift. I probably did hit the tree since it only flew 175, but catch the drift, right? So that's it's a blessing and a curse. Now when you've got a launch monitor, is you've got all those numbers at your fingertip, right? Let's go back to the T. Is that a green? That's a green, yeah. Okay. Do you have like a pin light or light set up over your hitting area? Because that has helped my reads significantly, is adding this little office light here. It's made a big difference. And unfortunately, we're gonna have to hit some of these this week too. Some 2-irons. Well, if we hit them like that, I can't really complain. Well, I feel like the ball speed was down. What do we want? We want 150, 146. And I've hit golf balls on a lot of different launch monitors as well, Alex. Yeah, Spotlight. Spotlight definitely helps. That got rid of my 125-yard left misses that SkyTrak was saying that I had. Oh, that's no good. That's one we got to avoid. That's one we got to avoid. It's a little quacker off the toe. Spin's going to be way down. Ball speed way down too. But it's a shit swing. Doesn't deserve a good result. Okay. It's another hook. A little off the toe. Better strike of the golf ball. But definitely a toey. All right, let's hit some fairway woods. Hit this really nicely in our practice round. Do 2 of these, couple drives, and go. Oh, it didn't reset my aim. Beautiful. Okay, so hit a couple fairway woods. There's one green at this course. I can actually drive the green with this club if I cut a corner. Now if I miss, I'm in the parking lot, but I will be going for it. I don't love that left to right business. That is the one that will get me in trouble when I'm playing my draw. So let's see if we can't get that golf ball to turn over. Nope, still a little fade. Now, if we do that every time, then we can at least play for it, but I don't love that when we normally play a draw. Okay. Okay, hit one more with it and then we'll hit a couple drives and go. That's gonna hook. That's a hook, not a draw. That's me trying to force the issue. But the crummy thing is that's probably our normal ball flight. 1,000 spin left. Ooh, mama. Okay, let's hit some drivers. Nope. Just a couple here. Okay. Do like 2 or 3 drivers and then we'll go. When I played on Friday, there was really a mixed bag of results with this one. Some good, some terrible. That's no good. It's gonna be a heel cut. I mean, it's not gonna kill me. I know you guys are probably like, oh, it still flew 300 yards. I'm also down like 7,000 yards here. So, although 171 ball speed's not terrible. Felt like a big miss, but still fine. Realistically, you should be carrying about 315 coming down this hill. Ooh, that is not good. That is necked. Nice swing, by the way. That we absolutely cannot do. Center the club face down here, you dummy. Let's try and hit it. That's more like it. That golf ball should fly a lot further. Like I said, 320 carry should be about right from this distance. Here's better. Better spin numbers, better everything. That's all we need. That is all we need. All right, so tonight we're gonna play it a little bit more like tournament rounds. We're gonna crank up the difficulty of the greens and the pin positions, okay? And we'll go from there. So, course play, favorites. Bonnie Doon, where are you? Okay. They have extreme. Oh, they've got extreme. And we'll go lightning. I think the back tees, 6,500. Yeah, we'll play the black tees. Okay, so we're going to play it on the most difficult settings that each one of these courses has to offer. Going to take a look at it. Try and play these things somewhat more intelligent, which I have a very small brain. It's difficult for me to do at times. But this one's a pretty benign golf hole. So we're going driver right down the middle. There is no real trouble unless you miss big. Favor the left-hand side, bunkers are better. So go down that left. Okay. That's a little pull cut, although it's overdoing it. It's fine. It's fine. No harm, no foul. Not the greatest of shots. I can't lie to you there. But 304 with a little pull fade never hurt anybody. Okay, so 154 down 2. Short left looks like it's going to spin back off, so we'll favor right side of the pin a little bit. We want to end up just a yard or two deep. Okay, short's no good. Just beyond the pin is perfect. So we're going with a little bit of a 9-iron here. And we pulled it. Shoot. There it goes. That's why we didn't want to miss short and left. But 11,000 spin, 1,100 spin left. It's not going to get that job done. Okay. And that is a fun chip shot. One thing I will say, I don't know how or why, my chipping on the golf course has gotten so much better. I think it's just because we get so many reps at the strike, whereas like the strike that I have on the course is much more consistent. Because distance, it still feels off in here, but the ball striking feels great. Yeah, hitting it up the mountain didn't really work. That's going to be a bogey off the first. Got to do better than that. Got to do better than that. To be fair, though, I think that's one of the more difficult golf holes on this course. It's a relatively short course, and for it to be 480 right off the rip doesn't help. All right, so we're going to hit 2-iron on that line. A little bit of a draw brings it back good. We should not be in play with that bunker, even when we hit it good. Should be short of that further bunker. So smooth 2-iron here is the play. A little bit of a draw isn't going to hurt us one bit. So we'll draw it off that bunker on the right. It should be good to go. Kind of like that. Right down Broadway. No risk of getting it to the bunker. It's the perfect club. Now, I am going to take a peek at this green. It's one of the benefits of playing on a simulator is I can do something like this with 2 clicks of the keyboard. Okay. Left is toast, it's going to fall off the green. Okay. So that being said, we're going to go one more click to the right. We're going to play it about 6 to 7 yards right. We're going to hit a full 50 degree. Sorry to this golf ball, I'm going to chew you up here. We're going to hit a full 50 with a little bit of a draw. If it's 2 to 3 yards right, that's perfectly fine. That gives us a little bit more wiggle room to carry that bunker too, because you don't want to go right after that pin. A couple paces to the right is ideal. Let's go ahead and hit a full 50 here. Something like that should spin back, although it's spinning the wrong direction. Again, that's more of a defensive play. And we had the spin, it just we actually hit it a little too hard, which we don't normally do with our wedges. Okay, now I think we get free rein here, folks. We absolutely do. So, believe it or not, driver is still the appropriate play here. The reason is it gets rid of all this stuff here and here. The driver on that line there is actually money, right? So let's go ahead and rear back, poke one out there. As long as we get it past that set of trees on the left, we're in really good shape. Okay? Oh, it didn't read. Don't do this to me again tonight. It was actually a halfway decent golf swing. Okay, reset. Think about it some more. Those of you who were with us, I was talking about my net being ripped. They are sending me a new net, but they did say this is the last one. That is a bomb. That is an absolute bomb down the middle. Nice big power fade. Right down Broadway. Okay. Ooh, easy, honey. No concrete for you. All right, so 100-yard shot with the adjustment for the slope. We want to go a little past it here, and I think, believe it or not, on the right-hand side, yeah. So we got a little bit of a backstop. We want to go, I'm going to go just right of the pin, right? Just right, because even if we miss just a smidge to the right, it's going to come back down off of that slope. So take a little bit something off of a 54. We don't need to crush it. And go from there. Okay? Just a smooth 54 degree here is perfect. God, you got to hit the club face though, son. Doesn't matter what club you hit there. That's not going to get the job done. That is a really bad strike. Sort of got stuck underneath it, which is why it went right and stayed right. Now, then again, I mean, this is a relatively straightforward chip shot, so it doesn't get you into a ton of trouble. If you're on the golf course in real life, you're trying to make this one. We're going to try and make it here too. Just a little 7-yard bump down the hill. Okay. Whoa. And that's the one thing that I have not been able to figure out on the simulator, is when the greens are quick and it's coming downhill, how the hell do you get it to stop? That's one thing I can't figure out. No matter how many rounds I get on the sim, I cannot figure that shot out for the life of me. Okay, but it's all right, ho-hum, we're over par. Again, I mean, our wedges have actually killed us, which on Friday when we played, the wedges were our strength. Okay, again here, believe it or not, driver is the play. Because if you carry it down here, you're in really good shape. So we'll go right there. We should have enough gusto to carry the bunkers. All right, so the bunkers should not be in play as long as we hit it solid. I am going to try and hit this one relatively hard. Get it down almost to that rough that you see on the left there. So let's try and poke this one out there pretty good. Ooh, that is a tug and a half. Again, I don't think it's going to hurt us though. Right, so all we had to do is get over those trees and we're in great shape. I think I've played this course 3 times now. I think I've been in that exact same spot 3 times. So, you know, it is what it is. I got my spot. Okay, I did see it, and I have some questions for you, Zajac. I sent you a message on the forums. Oh, holy slope. Okay, so going in, we want to go long here. Okay. Oop. I 100% am down to do that. I would love to test out some things. The only issue is, because I stream so much, I'd have to carve out like 1 or 2 nights just to do some testing, which I could do, but the problem is my body's gonna fall apart, brother. I could probably do it though, because I could probably do it like cut streams a little bit short and go long and do some testing afterwards. By the way, here guys, this is a smooth 50. Smooth 50 degree. And we are missing right, which is not good. And that did not spin like I thought it would. Okay, so we've got a big fat offer on our wedges. We got to figure out why we're blocking those. And that is a nasty chip shot. A nasty. I remember we were saying we were going to play tournament style golf. What we have done so far is miss on the wrong side. Not because we're trying to, but we've hit some really bad golf swings. So I'm just going to do a little baby flipper here. Okay. Sit down. Sit. All right. SkyTrak, you okay? All right. We did. That's the only way I've been able to stop it downhill. So, does that mean we're getting a release? I saw the YouTube short, which is nice. Looks like we're getting some cool new stuff, which I always appreciate. Okay, so on this one, the play is 2-iron on that line, smooth. So it keeps us short of all the trouble there. And we don't want to go too much further than that. It was a good up and down, save par. So let's rip a 2-iron out there. Should be good to go. Oh my Lord. I've got no comment. I'm pretty sure we shanked that. I'm sitting here thinking about some other things. That is going to make for a really challenging second shot, by the way. We're still going for this. Luckily for us, we've got a club in our bag that we can do it with. Center of the green though. Wow, that is so far right. So we're going to hit smooth forward. Should have no problem hoisting it up and over. Middle of the green, we're not chasing a pin from 250. All right. So smooth 5-wood here should be the play. 5-wood, 4-wood, whatever you want to call it. That's what it is, just a smooth one. That is going to be miles left, folks. We hooked it. We hooked it, and we hooked it bad. But all things considered, from 250, there are much worse results. And we can definitely get this one up and down, although that hill is not promising. Absolutely not. It's on a tiny little ridge, but that's what we get for picking the hardest pins on the sim. All right. Now, luckily for us, we do have a shot for this. We're going to hit this one miles up in the air, and we're going to get to sit on a dime. Okay, so we're going with a big flop here. Low hands, and let it rip. Kind of like that. Okay. And that is how you play a short-sighted shot on the SkyTrak. Again, not a good one. Not a position you want to find yourself, but here we are. All right, so 170 on the shot. I'm not adjusting that line. We're going to go at it with a draw. So this golf ball should not end up right. We're going to hit an easy 7-iron, just a smooth one. Choke down on it about a ½ inch to an inch on the club. Started at the hole with a little bit of a draw. Okay. So here we go, just a smooth 7. Kind of like that, middle of the green. Absolutely nothing wrong with that shot. Okay. That is the smart play. Okay. Oops. Golf ball went rolling on me underneath the car. Come on. There you go. Make your way back in. So 5 par. 5 par. Okay. Now, trouble down the right. Trouble down the left. We're going to start this ball on a very conservative line, going at that bunker with a draw. Okay. It sets up well for a draw here. You just got to start it at the right spot. Now, if we're playing this golf course in real life, you see that tallest tree there that's just right on my marker? I would go off the inside of that with a draw. Okay, bring it back towards the fairway and go from there. Okay, so let's go ahead and rip a draw here with driver. She's not drawing. That is a get stuck cut. That is going to cause big problems, although it skipped out. Yikes. 119 on swing speed. Move the club. That was positive. That's about the only positive I've got out of that. All right. So let's see here. I actually don't mind going at it. Hear me out. Okay, so we can get this golf ball in the air no problem. That's not the issue. Missing it a little bit left, not a problem again. So we're going to go smooth hybrid here. All right. If it ends up a little bit left, a little bit right, it's not that big of a deal. We just want this to end up somewhere near the green. So we're going to just try and get one smooth with enough spin that it carries all of these trees and gets launched high. That's left. That did not have a lot of spin. But again, if we talk about course management, we weren't going to get in trouble with that shot, right? So there was nothing that was going to hurt us there that we needed to be super scared of. Okay, this is a relatively straight chip shot too. These are ones if we struggle with anything on the simulator, it's this shot right here. One where I've got to put a little bit of oomph behind it and chase it down there. So here we go, 24-yard pitch shot. Let's get it up and in for birdie. That's going to be short. That is effectively what we do every single time we've got that shot on the sim. Still technically a birdie. You have 15 feet, it's not going to be the end of the world, right? But you're really looking at something better. Our tee shot did not help our cause there. Now, 289. 289. Up the hill. So we can still have a relatively aggressive driver swing here. We'll go smooth one. We don't have to crush it, but a nice big high cut here that sits just right of the flag, fades away from the danger. Even if it ends up on in that low spot right is fine. So that's what we're going for here. Smooth high cut with a driver. That might be a double cross. No, it is fading. Get up there, golf ball. There we go. It's bad when I'm hitting driver closer than I am my wedges. But you know what? You can't win them all, guys. That was actually a hell of a play. Hell of a play with driver. And we get another par 5 to finish. Absolutely. And this one is green light special. Okay. Now it does get a little bit narrow. So we got to absolutely haul it. But I am going to try and hit this golf ball about as hard as we can possibly hit one. Okay. I would love a little bit of a draw off those right 2 bunkers and bring it back towards the middle of the fairway. So here we go. Big old driver swing here, trying to crush one. Oh, we got that power fade working tonight. That's a good ball there. 317 down the pipe. Again, no complaints from me on that one, guys. Although I am moving my mat quite a bit. And we do not have very much left into this par 5. So, the one thing I will say is you have to pick your spots. This is a spot where we go. Just right, we've got a slope, which is really good. How far uphill, though? That might mess with us a little bit. So it plays like 138, so not bad. This is a full, smooth pitching wedge and should be a very good number for us. Okay. So nice, full, smooth pitching wedge. Should be really good. Should be really good. You donkey. Oh, that is so unfortunate. And we deserved every bit of that. We deserved every bit of that. That is a pull. And we have effectively put ourselves in jail from probably the most perfect spot you could be. But now we get to hit a little flop shot, which is fun. So this is not where you want to miss it. It's about as good as you can hit a flop shot. Oh, sometimes when you really launch it, it has a difficult time picking it up, especially when you're launching it above 50 degrees with the flop. So let's try again. It's okay, still a birdie. Couple under at the turn. Not a terrible spot to be. Ooh, we still got some of this left. Who we shoot? 2 under? Something like that? Okay. Okay. I mean, this one's pretty vanilla. Just go right down Broadway with driver. It's tight, so you gotta hit a good one, but right down the middle, just gotta hit a good one, right? So just stock driver, trying to find the fairway here. Ah, man. That is not gonna get the job done. Go further right. Whoo, mama. Wow, 1100. Right. Ooh. Boy. Okay. 163. .163. Again, we're going to go middle of the green here. Right? We're going to hit a towering 8-iron, which will absolutely be enough to get to the middle of the green. Probably not going to get all the way back there, but we don't want to go all the way at the pin here. Middle of the green, right where I'm aiming, 30 to 25 feet right is perfect. Is a great result for this shot. Okay. Just going to try and hoist one up in the air. Something like that. We did pull it, so it's going to be closer to the pin than we want. I mean, now, the result is amazing. Okay? But that was a mistake. That was a happy mistake. We definitely pulled that puppy. We absolutely pulled that puppy and ended up in a really good spot. So again here, middle of the green, aggressive 7-iron. Okay, nice aggressive 7-iron. And sort of go from there, right? We're not chasing the pin. We want to end up 20 feet right is fine. 20 feet right is actually perfect. Okay. So, let's see if we can actually execute the shot this time. Ooh, that was hit on the screws. That was the best swing of the night right there. Say 20 feet right. That was a properly executed golf swing. Okay? That's what we're looking for. A little push draw. Perfect. Perfect swing. Perfect swing. All right, we're a couple under par with happy accident in there. Now the question here becomes, I still like, we're going to try and hit a little gentle fade down there. Okay, I'm actually going to go one click left here. All right, so this is just going to be a smooth driver. Little cut. We want it to be left of the pin and sort of go from there. So a gentle one. We're not going to try and hit this one hard. This is going to be a fairway-ish finder, okay? You're supposed to cut golf ball. It's trying to cut. That is a perfect spot to be. Right? We didn't smush it. We didn't try to smush it. That is exactly where you want to miss it though. Nice chip shot. Uphill, can be aggressive with it. Sort of go from there. Got a big old knob in the middle there. So we're going to have to hit this one with some gusto. Up and in for birdie. 23 feet. Probably want to carry this one, I'll say 15 yards, because it should have some stopping power with the slope and with the force we're going to hit on this one. So 15 yards is the carry we're looking for. We did not carry that 15 yards, which is why we end up so short. Another 3 yards gets up on top of that ridge. So I think we had the right spot. We just didn't execute it. And that's okay. Still a birdie, or birdie par-ish, whatever you want to call it. All right. 190. I'm going one click to the right. This should draw a little bit. It's a relatively middle-ish pin, so we can be somewhat aggressive with it. Let's take a look at the green here, though, before we go. All right. I think we got a ridge left and a ridge right. Yeah. Okay, so believe it or not here, the miss is right. Right, so you see all this stuff here. This is going to bring it back down towards the pin. So we can actually go right of the pin. Left here, everything's going to funnel away. So we kind of want to use that slope to the right. Hit a smooth 6. Don't have to crush it. Should be perfect. Okay, so just a smooth 6-iron here. Oh my. That is a bad, bad swing. That is going to be short. That is not going to skip all the way up there. I mean, one thing I will say, we actually positioned ourselves pretty good even if we missed, which is why we went right, because if we take that at the hole, we miss left, we go down that slope, we got 40 feet. So even though we missed it, it was a happy miss again. Right, so that's a couple times tonight where we've hit a shot that we've gotten what looks like fortunate on, and we absolutely did, don't get me wrong. But we played for it, right? So when you aim at the fat part away from the pin and you overdo it towards the pin, you're okay. And in that one, we missed to the right where you had a big old slope to help us. We got bailed out. There's nothing to say about this one other than just absolutely roast it. So I'm going to roast this golf ball. Hopefully hit this thing out the gym. That's going left. It's coming back though. Oh, we got fortunate again. Got some weird feels with the driver tonight, guys. mean, that's fine. 122 on the swing speed. But we hit it so bad, that's why the actual ball speed was down. Okay, now, again, I'm going to play this one like I would in a tournament. So I'm not going to pull out a club that I wouldn't use. 3 hybrid is going to be out of play. So the slope actually goes left to right. Knowing that, so let's see if we can zoom out. We probably want to end up over here. This is actually a pretty good spot. So we're going to go left here. Try and use the slope and bring it back towards the pin. Okay? So we're going to start at a little left of the pin. I have got to absolutely murder this golf ball with a 4-iron. But if we hit it good, we can get it on that front left hung and maybe have a chance to roll down, but even if it's up around there somewhere, not the end of the world. There's 2 ways to get it. This is me trying to get one closer to the pin. The other play is to bail out short right and you've got an uphill chip shot. Probably the better play. But I'm going to play this one a little bit more aggressive. I like to play par 5s aggressively. Okay? So we're going to try and absolutely annihilate a 4-iron here. We hit it good, but we overdid the draw, I think. Yeah, we overdid the draw. We got the slope. Oh, so that's where I feel like in real life, you probably get more of that slope. And that probably comes down on the green. Maybe a little bit long with how hard we hit it. But even when I hit that, I still thought we had a pretty good shot at getting it tight. Now, this one will not be easy. It's going downhill relatively aggressively the whole way, right? Doesn't really go, yeah, it's downhill the whole way. We just got to get it to that ridge and it should funnel down towards it. So you want it to end about 13 yards, so it's really not that far of a shot. And let the golf course take care of the rest of it here. So we want this to end up at 13 yards. I don't think we hit it hard enough, did we? No, we did not. Maybe we did. I don't know how it stops on that slope. That should be further away to the right. But there in 2, that's a 2-putt in there. So that's fine. That's fine. Now, 142, what do we got in terms of the green? That is on the upper limit. Boy. Short is gone. Long is okay. So I kind of like, I'm actually going to go just a smidge right, little draw, and we're going to flight a 9-iron in there. Not hit the wedge, because the wedge would land right at the pin and probably spin back off that ridge. So we're going to flight a 9-iron here. Okay, sort of go from there. It should be perfect. Yep, right over top of the flag. Took that ridge out of play. That was good. Good swing. That is the correct golf shot. Feels nice when we actually execute those. Okay, 2 ways to play this one. I like the aggressive path. Right? So we're going to rip driver, try and hit a nice big high towering power cut right up that alley. Now in real life I would do the same thing here, guys. I would not back down from this drive. The only way that I would ever back down is if I am like comfortably out front, but playing amateur events, you really don't know that. So for me, the play here is driver. Depending on if it's a team event, you got to see where my partner would be. But I do like this play. Yeah, it's not really cutting, but that's actually the drive that we're kind of looking for in terms of our ball flight. That was a good swing. It's a good swing. It says we missed it. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. We got a good enough short game. I'm comfortable out of bunkers. Hitting with a huge high loft is not a relatively big problem for me. So we're going upstairs here. 24-yard bunker shot. Going to have to hoist it though. No doubt about it. We got the right club. We got the right club. This is a hard flop shot, folks. Okay. Pretty good there. Pretty good there. I like it. I like it. Nice swing. Another drivable one. I forgot how many drivable opportunities there are here at Bonnie Doon. But this one, hey, you know what? I still like it. Even if we're short, we still got a chance. So where are we at? We're at 4 under. Not bad. Celtic Manor will be much different for us, guys. Much different than this one. This one we get to let rip yet again. So here we go. That is pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. Sit. Sit. What is that, like the 3rd or 4th green that we've driven tonight? 119 on the swing speed. Old man can still move it from time to time. That helps the scorecard significantly, by the way. My wife is at a conference. She just sent me a picture. She's hanging out with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Must be nice. Must be nice. All right, again, bomb squad here. Get to let it rip. Played a really nice round of golf. Swing feels pretty good. We made a couple mistakes along the way, but you know, we righted the ship. We were 1 over early on and sort of got our stuff together. But here we go. This is a full send with driver. That is absolutely a full send. The only problem is we found a tree. Ooh. We smashed that golf ball, by the way. That doesn't hit tree, that's going a long stinking way. Now that we hit tree and we're in the rough, it did not go a long stinking way. But luckily for us, this is our favorite club in the bag. We get to hit a 5-iron. So take a quick peek at the green. We want to be left of that pin, so I'm not going to move my spot. I'm going to leave it right on. Try and land 5-iron here, middle front, chase it back towards the pin. Pretty ho-hum. 10%, so yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. This golf ball should release up the green, no problem with the rough lie here. Now, did we leak that? We most certainly did. We missed. We missed. We definitely, I think we were going to land that in the right spot too. Although 172 is a little shy. We blocked it, didn't get the toe around, and all this talk about smart golf, we have boned ourselves. But the crazy thing is, I like my chances better here than I do on a normal straightforward 17-yard chip shot. Okay, I like these little flop shots. We've hit enough of them on the sim. So we're going upstairs with it. We're going to sit it soft right on top of the pin. I didn't get it there. Loads of spin on that ball though. No, 2,900. Yeah, we had enough spin on it to the right though. 66.8, good round. Good round, no complaints there. That's not a bad one to start the night off, guys. We struggled a little bit out the gate, made some bogeys early. We righted the ship. Driver, I mean, absolutely carried us on the back nine. We drove probably 3 or 4 greens. Let's go play Celtic. This golf course is a bear. Lightning, I think just difficult is what we have. Now here, I'm gonna probably play the blue tees and go from there. All right, this golf course and I don't really get along. I've not played it very well. We're gonna change that tonight. How about that, guys? So here, right over the top of those bunkers down the middle is perfect. Gonna let one rip and go from there. Okay. Not too much trouble. We just want to carry it right over on the right side of that bunker with a draw. We'll be in good shape. Okay. Kind of like that. Get. Good ball right there. Good ball right there. Swing speed's up tonight, which I guess that's what happens when it's a little warmer in the garage. You feel good. And we got a little bit of rest. Got a little bit of rest. Got some sleep last night for a change. Okay. Got a gentle slope to the right of it. This is going to be a smooth pitching wedge all day. So just right of the pin. A little bit of a draw, bring it back in there. Smooth pitching wedge, we like this shot. So here we go. This is that shot we were talking about earlier that because of the SkyTrak, I've gotten much better at. So hopefully I can make that come true here. Down. Yep. Beautiful swing. Beautiful swing. That's the shot I have learned to hit because of this unit, which is really nice. Which is really nice. Well, at least not playing the back tees gives you an outside chance of getting home in 2. Still an outside chance though. This is a monster golf hole. Okay. So again, we're going to go at that bunker with a draw. Okay, that's the play. At that bunker with a little bit of a draw. Go from there. It's a nice little spot for us to aim at. Okay, I like holes where I can pick something down the right-hand side and draw it off of it. Got to get a little bit more left though. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Really nice strike of the golf ball. I think we can still give this a poke with our fairway metal. And go at that front left tongue. Okay, front left tongue with the fairway metal. Should come out like a knuckle-ish ball and hopefully run up towards the front. We're not, this ball should not carry to the green, but it can get close. Okay. Is it turning over? No. Boy, that was I guess the lie penalty was rather significant. I hit that pretty good. I mean, we saved it with the hands, don't get me wrong. We 100% did a little savior there, but that's not bad. Relatively benign up by the pin too. So again, we can hit our high pitch shot here, and it should be perfect. Okay, so we're not going full flop here, but we're going with a high pitch, and we'll go from there. Okay. Well, I screwed the pooch on that one. Probably need, like, honestly, another yard or two, and it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Rip the spin, though, 4,800. That's a hell of a strike. All right, this is one we can chip in. So let's just try and make it real quick. And we blocked it. We blocked it. It's a par. It's a par. From where we were in 2, it's a bad score. Should never miss the green from there. The correct play would be to go a little bit long. All right, what do we got here? 147. Smooth 9-iron. The draw a little bit to the right of the pin, bring it back towards it. Takes water out of play. Bail out right is not bad, even if we hit it straight on that line. So just a smooth 9-iron here. Choke down a little bit and go from there. So just a full choke down. That's what we're playing here. So even like that, we're going to miss a little bit to the right of where we wanted it to go, but ooh, I did not know there was a slope there. I mean, it's right about where we aimed. Hit it good, carried it on the number, maybe a little bit deep. But again, in terms of chip shots, in all reality, this one's pretty straightforward, right? 10 yards up the hill, just a little bumper. Get it up and down for par. All right, so this golf course is going to play much different than Bonnie Doon. This one is going to be, we're going to have to be a little bit more methodical. I mean, 7 feet for par, not the end of the world, not the best shot. Probably like a ho-hum result. If you're putting well, The hole looks big. If you're not, those will scare the crap out of you. You don't want to have too many of those though for par, because those will add up. All right, now talk about smart. Smart play here is to hit the fairway metal on that line, accept the longer shot in, because that is a very narrow window where we would be landing driver. So we're going to hit fairway metal here and just sort of go from there. Oh, but you got to hit the club face, son. That is ugly. When you pull fairway wood, you're expected to hit the fairway, not do that garbage. 1,300 spin left. Okay, so now we're going to play hack job central. 197. This is a conservative. We're not going after the flag. We're trying to find middle of the green here. It's a smooth 4-iron. We're going to lift it a little bit. Middle of the green, 35 feet here is an absolute victory. Okay. Sit. Sit. All things considered, coming out of the rough, that's fine. That's fine. That one's hard to judge. We got it in a good spot. We'll take that as a victory. Okay, we will take that as a victory. Now here, I do like driver. At those bunkers on the right with a little bit of a draw. Have a full wedge coming back in. Pretty good angle. And go from there. Okay. So more of an aggressive play here, but driver doesn't really get you in a ton of trouble. Let's just go ahead and smash one. Ay, you got to hit the club face, Tommy. That's going to be in the bunkers, and it will be a problem. Although, boy, SkyTrak looking out for us tonight. But you don't want to be hitting it there on the club face. That is off the heel, which gave us that crazy spin. Ooh. Okay. Still a relatively simple shot. So 120. Add 10%, so 132 is the number. We're going to air to the right. So in the event that you go long, or you pull it a little bit, we're okay. Long and right here is the miss, 100%. So that is where we want to go right over top of where our marker is there. That might be a happy accident. Oh. It was an unhappy accident. That's unfortunate. There's a lot to unpack on that golf swing. I hit it left of where we wanted, which we knew that's our miss. Ended up being directly at it. Smash into the flagstick and end up in a really tough spot. Almost ended up down in the water. So, like I said, a lot to unpack on that golf swing. And a lot happened. So we're gonna go up with a little mini flop here. See if we can't get one close, get it up and down for par. Something like that. Okay. It all worked out in the end. We got our par. Okay. Certain golf shots get your attention. This has got my attention. Two ways to play this now. That's not the right way. That is the right way. Just going to hit a little smooth 5-wood right on that line, and it's perfect. Now that we've got this club, may as well take advantage of it. All right, so this should never go too far. Smooth 5-wood should be perfect. Just like that. Just like that. We did not try to crush it. Just something 250-ish right down the middle. Gives yourself a chance. It's actually a pretty good pin for us because we like to hit the draw and work it right to left. So I'm going a good ways out right. Might even go a little bit more than that, if I'm being honest. Maybe like 8 yards. Perfect shot here is probably about 16 feet right of the pin, pin high. So I'm going smooth 8. And just go from there. And we overdid our draw. Happy accident yet again. There's your happy accident. So even on the miss, I mean, that's a miss. Don't get me wrong, that is a miss. Ended up 1 foot away. It just means we got our number right. Okay, ooh, I'm a little tight. Perfect. Stock 7-iron. Okay. So again, 7 yards right of the pin. Perfect shot here is about 12 feet right. Go from there. Okay. So nice little draw just right of the pin. If we overdo it, again, could be a happy accident, but we want to end up right of this pin. Kind of like that. That is the correct way to play the hole. Only thing is we didn't hit it. Yeah, wow. Holy smokes. 170. We missed that golf ball. You just didn't put enough oomph behind it. Okay. Okay. Noted. All right, I like that line with the fairway metal. Okay. So we're just going to hit 5-wood smooth on that line. Shouldn't get to that back bunker. Just a smooth one. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Should be short of that bunker. Stay in the fairway. Excellent. That is pretty much the shot we've wanted for so long, is 260, 265. That's the one. Now, I'm going to go easy 8. I could go hard 9 here. I like to be able to inflate this one a little bit. Go just right of the pin. If it ends up left, it's fine. Just a flighted 8-iron here should be good, right? So we're taking a lot of the trouble out. Should be a nice controlled, smooth swing. Flighted 8-iron, something like that. Okay, no harm there at all. And that's one that's not really going to get us in trouble most of the time. Okay. Well, a little tight on the right side, guys, I'll be honest with you. We got that in the bag? Yeah, we got that in the bag. Just got to hit it hard. I just said we're tight. Here I am sitting there like, yeah, well, let's carry it 305. It's either going to be a really dumb decision or we'll see. The last thing I want to do is injure myself the week of a tournament. So here we go. Nice big driver swing here. Let it rip. That's left, Tommy. It's hard, but it's left. Now, that's guaranteeing yourself a layup. 1,200 on the spin. Yeah, not our finest effort there. 194 for the layup. Okay, so we'll just fillet a 5-iron out there. Gives us the opportunity to work on a nice full stock shot, which is always nice. So here we're just going to be focusing on our spin and our ball flight. Make sure we hit a good one. That's a good swing. That is a good swing. Just a gentle draw. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. Should start just right with a little bit of draw spin. Money. Money. Oh, give me 1 second here, guys. Wife's calling. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Sorry guys, I apologize for that. My wife's at a conference down in Frisco, Texas. She's actually at the PGA Tour headquarters. So she got me a sweet shirt, which is nice. Let's go ahead and stiff this 54 degree. And we're letting it leak, and we didn't hit it. That's what I get for taking some time off in the middle of my round. Although, to be fair, I've done that with all my wedges tonight. It's actually a really straight ball flight, which is okay. Yet another par 5, though, that we sort of fumbled the bag on, right? So a little pitch shot here, gentle. John, how are we doing tonight? If you're still around, man, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. How's the sim room coming? That's the appropriate shot for a change. I like it. Stress-free par. Although I would have liked to have hit the green. All right, 186, down a couple it looks like. Down more than a couple. Smooth 7. We're going right of the pin, probably about 7-8 yards with a little draw. Perfect shot here ends up 12 feet right of the pin, pin high. So should be a perfect 7-iron. Let's go ahead and hit a good one. Well, it didn't draw at all, but at least we got the number right. 40 feet right is 40 feet right. Just pushed it a little bit. I did hit it a little thin, so I might have had the wrong number there. This hole is the devil. I might play this one slightly different. I kind of like where that's set up. Because driver, I'm not mistaken, gets really tight. Yeah, we're gonna hit fairway metal, doing well, good. Good, good, good. I'm gonna be taking it a little bit easier. I'm gonna play my tournament rounds on Wednesday this week. And then Friday is just gonna be pitch and putt wedges, maybe like a skills assessment just to get the body moving. Just because the tournament round is on Sunday. Oh God, that was good. That was good. Right down Broadway, little short, and we're not gonna get a poke at the green here at 280. Could you do like more white screen and get a second projector and put like games on above it? That would be sick, by the way. Could you imagine? Have like another projector above it with games running? I don't know how confident you are in your golf game. Could you put TVs up there and a net in front of them or something? All right, so here we go. We're going to do a redemption with the 7-iron here and try and hit one on the screws. Poke one down there. Kind of like that. That's the swing we want with 7. Much better distance. Much better distance. Now we get a full 58 in there. Perfect. Perfect. We're going right at it, flag hunting here. With a 58, full smooth one. Where's my spin? Oh, that's right, because you've got the, that's right. I feel like you could buy like some of those foam pads that are like a nice accent color, like not just straight black. You could do like a dark mahogany and cut them out and have them fit into that space. I feel like that would be pretty cool. All right, so we're going with the 5 wood again. This is, tell you what, it's nice having this thing in the bag. So I don't have to worry about that bunker. I'm going to carry that bunker with a 2 iron. We run the risk if we miss-hit it, we carry it in there. So this should be perfect for this shot. God, that was hit nice, but we pulled it too much, huh? Stay right of that bunker. Oh, not in the first cut. Not in the first cut. No, no. The bane of my existence, the first cut. Okay, so we're going to play a jumper. If this doesn't jump, I'm in deep shit. Okay? If this does not jump, we are in deep shit. I'm going to go a little left of the pin because that is scary business over there. Full 50. Hopefully it jumps. If it doesn't jump, I'm screwed. It depends. If it's flush up against it, pretty hard. If you got a little bit of wiggle room behind it, it should absorb it pretty good. It didn't jump. I got the opposite effect there. At least it came off the green. I hit that money, by the way. Wait, did I have the right club? I did. I hit that perfect. And we did not. We got the opposite of the flyer, which really kind of stinks. But what are you going to do? Matt's sliding a little bit here on me. Get this puppy back aligned the way it should be. All right, not my favorite shot here. 21-yard pitch shot, not my forte on the sim. But let's see if we can do a little bit better here. Okay, we're 2 under, which I don't feel like I've played that good, but the results say we're doing okay. I chipped it off the green. I deserve that. I deserve that. Just a blatant shove. I deserve that 100%, by the way. And this is not an easy one. It's a little flipper here. I deserve that. I deserve that result. Although I didn't feel like I hit it, like struck it that badly. Even on the second one, the second shot, I felt like I hit it pretty good. What kind of yardage we got? 162. That is a full 8 iron. Go a little bit to the right. Play a draw in there with an 8. Gets all the way back there, great. If it's a little bit short, no problem at all. So full 8 iron here for us. Oh, that's left. That is a big hook. Yeah, that golf ball came out hot because of that hook spin. I hit it pretty good. Just shut the face down a little bit. Which is why that golf ball shot left. I mean, really, it was not far off from being like another happy accident. But we got a little chip shot here for par. We can make this one. We're in the semi-rough? We're in the semi-rough, so we gotta be careful. We can make this one. Like so. Like so. We're bound to chip one in. Bound to chip one in. Finally, the semi-rough gave me something. Gave me something. Okay. That helps the score, especially after that double on the last hole. All right, what is the right play off the tee here? Believe it or not, I think the 5-wood is the play, because I can carry all that smuts there. Even if we tug it, it's not going to end up terribly. So here we go. It's a nice stock 5-wood. Down. Down. See, even with the pull there, it doesn't get us into too much trouble. At least the distance is consistent, right? Actually puts us in perfect shape. So we can be aggressive here with a full-ish pitching wedge, which is really nice. Aiming at the right side with a draw. If it ends up left, we overdo it, it's fine. Right, so full pitching wedge here. Oh, God, Tommy. That is so bad. That was not a good strike of the golf ball. We almost missed it. I spun out of that one so hard. That's unfortunate. But again, we're in a position where I could chip in again. Okay. Semi-rough again. 8 yards, very similar to the last chip in. Uphill this time though. So we can knock this one in. Go from there. Sit down. Just missed. Gave it a good run. Gave it a good run. Good up and down. Good up and down. Shorty. Now from the blue tees, I think we actually have a club that will do the trick. We absolutely do. I'll go just right of it there. 5-wood is perfect. Smooth 5-wood here. Actually is on the money for this shot. We have not had a club for this shot. And now we do. So here we go. 5-wood. Oh, it could be really nice. Took too much off. Took too much off of it. It's okay though. Great spot to be. Because this is one you can make. Very benign chip, just slightly breaking to our left. You can hold this out for eagle. Be nice. Definitely help the score. Left it out a little bit right. That's okay. That's a guaranteed birdie. Tap in. Tap in. Do we end on a par 5? I can't remember. Ooh, I remember this one. Finally get the big stick out again. And I get to go absolutely ham on this golf ball. This golf ball will go very far because it is way downhill. Way downhill. If you catch the slope, I know it goes a long way. So here we go. Nice big driver swing. First one in a while. Really? Wow. That's a big hook. A very big hook. And slightly problematic for the next one here. Okay. I'm going to go a little knockdown 5. I'm not hitting this hard. Okay, definitely not hitting it hard. I want this to land a third of the way onto the green. Okay, a third of the way onto the green is perfect. That is exactly how we wanted to play that one. Safely aboard, left of the pin, didn't put ourselves in any sort of trouble. Perfect swing. Feels good to execute one. Feels like it's been a minute since we've done that very well. Perfect 7-iron here, smooth one. Don't have to smush it. I'm gonna go just an ounce right of the pin to play our draw. Okay. Smooth 7-iron is perfect here. Let's see if we can't get one tight. This is a really nice distance for us here. Nope, not with that one. Don't think we hit it hard enough. Oh, it got there. Okay. I mean, it effectively stayed exactly where it was. Right, maybe a little bit of a push draw. Slightly off the heel, which is why it probably didn't rotate over and probably why it didn't feel as good. We can annihilate this golf ball. So I'm going to try and carry it on that downslope and let it go. I do remember this one. This is the one I made eagle on in our last tournament here. I'm thinking of a different golf. I think I'm thinking of Le Golf is the golf course I'm thinking of. This golf course is a lot more tame than Le Golf National. National. All right, we're bombing driver here. Let's go. Oh, Tommy John. Ooh, did we get away with one, SkyTrak? I got away with one. I got away with one. That golf ball was going left and left hard. We got away with one. All right, let's smush one here. That's a good golf ball there, folks. That should catch that downslope if it lands in the fairway. There it is. Boo. Don't you boo me, Trevor? What's up, buddy? Shank on purpose. I can't, dude, I've got way too much equipment to shank on purpose. You know this. You know this. It's going to take an absolute dot of a 4-iron. This whole round's invalidated. I know. I know. You missed the opening round. The opening round, we were on fire with our driver. And we drove 3 par 4s. All right. Perfect shot here is about 30 feet short right. Anything closer than that is a nice happy mistake. Make sure we got the right club. We do. And we're going to try and smush a 4-iron here. See what we got. And I hit it good. It's about as good as I can do with a 4-iron there, guys. Yep. I mean, 225 carry. I can't go too much more. Other than that, I mean, I can't hit that club much further. What were our numbers on it? Ball speed. Yeah, 142 is up there. That's up there. Okay. We got a chance of chipping in. So 14 yards. Little bumper up the hill. Uphill the whole way, no? Yep, uphill the whole way, so we can be aggressive with it. These are ones we typically leave about 10 feet short. So let's not do that this time. Let's get this one to the golf hole. Get our guaranteed birdie. Finish off with another good round. What did I say, 10 feet short? We were 7 feet short. It's a little bit disappointing, especially because we smoked driver, smoked the 4-iron. But, I mean, good back nine, shot 4-ish under, 3 to 4 under. It's a good round of golf, 67. So we shot 65, 67 tonight, of course. The ones that don't matter. And then the tournament rounds we'll play on Wednesday. So the schedule for the rest of the week, I will be playing tournament rounds on Wednesday. Thursday we might be doing something special. I'll have to see. My playing partner and I were talking about just hitting some golf balls, getting loose, shooting the shit, just chit-chatting before our tournament round. So he might come over on Thursday, and if that's the case, we'll do a scramble somewhere, which would be fun. And then if he doesn't come over on Thursday, I'm just going to do pitch and putt, probably a wedge assessment on Friday, just to dial in the wedges, get the numbers, feel out what I need to do, make sure the golf ball is working the way I want it to be. And then 5 to 10 wins, of course it does. Of course it does. Just to make things a little bit more interesting, huh, John? And then Sunday's our tournament. So I'm not going to be doing too many full swings on Friday. There's going to be a lot of stretching, a lot of foam rolling between now and Sunday. The nice thing is we got a good tee time. So we got a tee time at 12:10. So we're not going to be first thing in the morning. It's going to be nice and warm, so my back shouldn't have too much of a problem, which is really nice. So no more 50 to 58 degrees and windy. So we're going to have nice, beautiful mid-70s with a good breeze. And hopefully we play well, right? It'll be our first tournament in 12 years. I'm really looking forward to it, guys. Really looking forward to it. The positive is I have hit so many stinking golf shots this winter. I think I did the math. I think we're pushing like 8,000 shots since we've gotten this SkyTrak in December. It's a lot of golf balls. A lot of golf balls. So I think we're set up pretty good. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what we've got. The SkyTrak has definitely helped. Trevor, you and I were talking about this the other day, like asking me if it's helped. I don't have rust. I can't blame it on the off-season rust that I haven't touched a club in 6 months. I've played a ton of golf. My distances have been pretty sharp. My short game, now granted, my son wants to putt with me every night after dinner, so I hit, 30, 40 putts every night with him on the putting mat. So everything feels pretty solid. I told myself I would not play in a tournament until I felt ready to play. And this is probably the first time in 12 years where I feel like I'm ready to play. So no excuses, just have to go out and play well. We'll see what happens. But guys, that's all I've got time for tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'll be back on Wednesday. We'll do our SkyTrak virtual tour rounds with the 5 to 10 mile an hour winds that Mr. John just let us know we had. 5 to 10 can make these golf courses play very, very different depending on where the wind is blowing. Very, very different. So if we shoot 65, 67 again on Wednesday, that's some playing. Now granted, we played on extreme pins with lightning fast greens and then difficult and lightning fast. So I don't think it'll be set up quite as hard, but who knows? So hope to see you guys back here on Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Fast greens. Ooh. Fast greens are fine. Lightning is no good. Fast greens are good. But thank you guys so much. Hope to see you guys back here on Wednesday. See if we can put up some good numbers and get ourselves towards the top of the leaderboard. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. I'll see you all on